A Madison County neighborhood picking up the pieces 24 hours after an EF2 tornado ripped through town. It's where we start. I'm Kenesha Dees. This is what part of Killingsworth Cove, just north of Gurley, looked like after a tornado blew through with 134-mile-per-hour winds, demolishing everything in its path. Just look at that damage. FOX54's Gabe Glassman takes us there, where he talked to a family assessing what they've lost, but grateful it wasn't worse.
60 years of memories gone in just 60 seconds. That's how the family of this home describes their feeling as they continue to recover whatever memories they can of their childhood home. This is what remains of a lifetime of making this house their home.
Just numb. I mean, it's hard to explain, you know, and I've experienced loss before, but just coming back home to where, you know, we moved here when I was 2 years old. And then just seeing the devastation.
The homeowner was picked up by a nearby family member and made it safely in another home down the road just moments before the winds broke through the windows.
They got inside his basement and she sat down and all of the windows blew out of his house.
Throughout the day, Glennis, the homeowner's daughter, and her family have been salvaging any memories they can from the rubble.
We haven't stopped. We're just trying to dig through and find some of the sentimental things. We found Mom and Daddy's wedding pictures. There's no duplicates of these, and so, like I say, brick and mortar can be replaced, but it's things like this that want to take care of these.
But no matter what can be preserved and what is lost, Glennis says she's most thankful everyone made it out safely.
Thank God for wrapping his arms around my family and keeping them safe.
Several people have stopped by throughout the day offering any assistance they can to help. From Killingsworth Cove in Madison County, Gabe Glassman, Fox 54 News.
Yes, very thankful they're alive and, of course, salvaging those memories. We've learned some people have been cleaning up in Killingsworth Cove since 4 in the morning. Montesano was also hit by heavy wind and the storm damage was intense last night. Residents described the scene. All the damage was done in 5 to 10 minutes. Dozens of trees down on the mountain, falling on homes, cars, and power lines. 3 homes were destroyed by the falling trees. Fox 54's Caleb Aguayo takes us to Montesano to show the extent of that damage.
I've been hearing the same stories across much of Montesano. Wind damage, trees falling on houses, and the power out. All that storm damage caused Montesano Elementary School to close on its last day of classes. Here's what one resident said about the impact to her family.
Lots of elder trees have been pulled right out of the ground, you know, tipped over, root balls exposed. Some have been snapped off, and there's some houses that have been really damaged. I know our guest house and our greenhouse are damaged, and our shed here is damaged as well. But we feel very lucky because nothing fell in our house.
And other residents, some of whom opted not to go on camera, described their own situations last night.
I had told my family at the time that I don't think that this is just wind, that we needed to take shelter. So we got up, started to head towards our basement. And when we got up to head towards the basement, it's you couldn't see anything outside at all. I could see trees bending and, you know, like the bushes and stuff were just absolutely going crazy. I would say within 5 minutes, everything was already gone.
We thought the worst of it was through. Actually came upstairs out of the basement and it was not. That's when either straight line winds or small tornado, we're not sure which, pushed through and took down all the trees in the backyard and did some damage to the property, and we're just kind of recovering now.
Of the damage, one family says 3 homes were total losses. That family scrambling to find shelter as trees fell through their roof in the middle of the storm. One anonymous man tells us the priority now is taking care of them.
The first thing was to get my eyes on my family and make sure they're in a safe place. And then today really just let them kind of decompress and focus on, you know, what is the most essential thing that they need to get their hands on right now to take care of their newborn. And then we can focus on rebuilding things.
The family is hosting a GoFundMe to get the essentials while they look for a new home and get what they can out of their house. You can find a link there on our website, fox54.com. In Huntsville, I'm Caleb Aguayo, Fox 54 News.
Many of the houses on Montesano had no power all night, and for most of the morning, utilities crews have been working since last night to restore that power, but there's currently no set timeline for when it might be finished. It has been a rough stretch of weather in Athens. After dealing with a tornado back in December, the city got hit again last night, this time with heavy rain, flooding, and power outages. As our Fox 54 Ken McCoy tells us, Mayor Ronnie Marks says it's been a tough few months, but the community and city crews are stepping up once again.
It's a tough time, tough situation. You know, got hit on December 28th with a tornado downtown Athens. And then last night, the warnings started coming in. You could see them. After what had happened in Kentucky, you could kind of feel it. If you grow up here in North Alabama, you kind of feel that storm, and then the supercells started coming. And sure enough, about 5:30 last night, we got hammered and we got hit with heavy rains and then some straight winds. And I don't know that there was a confirmed tornado. I'd had reports of about 2.5 to 3 inches fell in probably less than 2 hours. Our guys waited for the very intense lightning strikes to kind of move through, and then we hit the ground and we started running and we started restoring power. We had about 15,000 out of power initially. We've got that down to about 2,700. Most of it is isolated in the Lucas Ferry Road area and Browns Ferry Road that's on the west side of Athens, and you learn to be ready and be on standby. Our street department clearing trees, I mean, these guys and ladies, I mean, they hit the ground. All the way from public relations to us trying to keep people informed, to the school system opening the storm shelter, and just the availability of folks. It's really, I don't mean to say it's what we do, but it's what we do. And when crisis hits, we step up. I know there's a lot of damage. There's some areas that, particularly with the floodwaters, that need to be looked at, and we will absolutely do that. I know the Vestavia, there's around Athens State with some areas. There's a Strain Road area that, thank goodness, we're getting some state relief money to try to help out in there. A lot of drainage issues, and we got to keep working, and we will.
Mayor Marks says this kind of response has become second nature for the city, and while the cleanup isn't over yet, he's proud of how quickly everyone jumped into action to help their neighbors.